Alright, good morning, guys. What is up? So, the job report was supposed to come out. And I didn't quite see what it had. Let's see here. FAMI is starting to break out of this downtrend. Give it a few minutes. AEMD. Trying to build some support. I got the wrong clicker. Well, now that support's starting to crack. So I'll have to let this do its thing. See how the SPY, what's the SPY doing? SPY is coming up some. IDEX with a big pop right out the gate. Let's see where AMD is. We can find where 271 might be where it finds support at. Let's see. Yeah, maybe 271. What's up, Daniel B? Yeah, 271 or 230 probably. So where's 271 at? 271 is right there. Okay. And it just came down to it. Let's see if that can hold up. See how FAMI is doing. So it needs to break over 115. BOXL. Trying to break a dollar. AMD is trying to bounce off that 270 area. FDA approval for supplement. Starting to crack a little bit there. Yeah, I kind of like FAMI for this reversal here, this trend reversal here possibly. It's breaking above now. Let's see, the resistance is at 328. So this could come back down to 115. I might look for an entry on this. Let's see, it looks like it might come back down. There's a lot of support at 120, but I don't think that's going to hold. But I think 115 will probably hold. So I may look for an entry here at 115. I don't know what 120 is trying to. It's trying to hold 120 right there. Yeah, right there. I just don't think that's strong enough support, but it may be. Oh, now it's starting to pop some more here. Yeah, Jewish. Yeah, no, they got. Yeah. Mushrooms in Israel is what their deal is. I saw all that. But, I mean, it's generating some hype. A little bit. I mean, we got a pretty decent start of a trend reversal going on here at the moment. See, AMD starting to hold up this 270 area. Oh, it's about to get halted too. Yep, missed that reversal. But that's alright. I was really looking for, I wanted to come down to 115, like right here. Instead, it came down to 120. But that would have been the spot. See, AMD just sold off, AEMD sold off some more. AESE. Trying to find some support at this $3 area. $350, some resistance. Support's set to reopen. This 293 area holds up, which it looks like it's going to try. I may go here. I'm going to give AESE a shot here. I'm going to get in 50 shares. Right at 392. Or 302, that's at 392. Because they're opening back up, that's a good thing. But It doesn't hold that 293 area. I'm gonna have to get out. Some nice buyers coming in at 3. That's what we want to see. We want to keep seeing 3 hold up. Very nice, pushing up over 310. We are kind of starting to lose volume a little bit on this. A buyer coming in at 309. See, now we're pushing over 310 a little bit. There we go, very nice. Pushing up 312, 314. A little resistance at 315. We're through that resistance. All the way up to 320. A little quick sell-off there right after we hit 320. There's a little resistance at 320 at the back of this candle. Whoa. Boy, this is all over the place. It was all the way up to 312, now down to 297. Get out. Started cracking on me. Can't hold it. Can't hold it if it's gonna crack. I had to push up to 320 and just got held up there. Well, oh well. I mean, it still might have a chance, but I'm just not going to sit there and risk it if it turns around right here at the support. Because wanted to see that candle pushing up like it was, and then the next candle open up higher. So nothing I can do about that. FAMI pushing over 150 now. It's getting hung up there though. Getting hung up right in this little area, 146 to 154. Now it looks like FAM is going to have to pull back. AEMD. Did you get in AEMD? One life already? Yeah, I think you got a good call here. It's looking pretty good. 250, nice. Yeah, starting to push up. I think you did good on this. A little bit of selling at 275 there. See, Voxel just popped over $1. Or trying to, but still too much selling pressure. Every time it gets to this dollar range, it really has selling pressure, so it's gonna have to show some type of strength if it's gonna keep going. Yeah, AESE selling off. What's the SPY doing? SPY's coming up. And this was kind of a similar pattern of what I was looking at on AESE, having the run up and then bouncing off of a support area. Which it did bounce. It did bounce up to 320. It just couldn't keep going. But AEMD looks like it might keep going. The same thing, run up, sell off to about halfway, and then looking for us, trying to build support here. And FAMI came down, getting halted on the way down, so that's all I had was up to $1.50. Let's see, a box BOXL. Not too bad there. See, it needs to get over that 270 area soon. It's really having trouble with that 270 area. Box BOXL couldn't break over. Wait a minute, what? Oh, okay. Yeah, it's starting to get a little sell off here. See, 250 trying to hold up its support, but it's getting, woo, man, 250 just barely held up as support there. All the bids on 250 were almost taken out in like a second. That was so quick. The sellers may have a hold of this now. Maybe not. Not if it stays above. If it doesn't go back down to 250. Might have been just a last, let's see, last little effort for sellers to try to take it over, and they failed. It still needs to get over 270 soon. It's taking a long time to even try to test 270. Here it goes. There you go. BA. What's up with Bowen today? Let's take a look at Bowen. Yeah, nice little bounce. $3 bounce so far on Boeing. But it is on a downtrend. Oops. It's got to break over this downtrend, and then, well, actually it is broken over that downtrend. Let's see how it looks. Yeah, no, Boeing's fine. Yeah, if you like those bigger price stocks, Boeing breaking out of this downtrend is coming back down right now. It's a little sketchy, but if they have any, there's no news, but it is Boeing. I mean, I would say as long as the SPY is going up, you're probably fine on Boeing since there's no news. Very nice. Looks like you're gonna get it. I think if it breaks over 3, well, 320 at 320 to 330 area, some resistance for sure. Oh, BOXL popping up. You see there, fell down that support channel. Bounced around in there with some indecision, and then buyers came in, and right there they started pushing it up. BOXL doesn't have that much room to run though. It's actually got resistance right where it's at, and it's getting held up there too. Let's see, AEMD with a little bit of a pullback. Bouncing off that old resistance, trying to make that old resistance new support. Looks like FAMI is trying to get going again. LPN, nothing there. Car popping up. Pets. Give me just a second, guys. No, I didn't get an AMED. Talking about AEMD. I just get halted on the way down. I mean, if it holds up $10 here as support, you know, it could be a possible play. Now I'm just watching AEMD to see if One Life's gonna kill it on this if he hits his price target. So it's looking good. Yeah, FDA approval. That's a good call. It's a good call on that. Oh, and FAMI getting halted on the way up already. On the way back up. But it got halted right at this resistance. So if it doesn't gap over this resistance out of the halt, then it's probably going to come back down. To see where that opens up at. BOXL still climbing. We're starting to get a little trend line here on AEMD as well. Oh yeah, see that $10 support held up. You get a nice bounce there all the way up to 11. I'm starting to come back down a little. Yeah, it's a little too much of a sell-off. I wouldn't want it going much lower. There you go. Buyers are stacking up, building up $10 support there. Yeah, AHF was a pretty good play yesterday. AEMD, if it doesn't hold up this 271 area, which it looks like it's trying to, it's starting to look a little sketchy. It's alright, it's just this curl over right here that's starting to happen. If it drops below 270, then it could sell off. So my concern would be would be 270 holding up. That still looks alright, as long as that holds up. AOPN just had that little quick bounce up to 11. It's still trying to hold up, but I don't know, it's getting a little sketchy. I got bottom support at 950. But if let's see, what's the bottom of that candle? $9. If $9 cracks, it could fall all the way back down to $5, but it looks like 10 is going to keep trying to hold up the support. He's starting to look pretty good here. If this candle breaks over 291, I think you're going to be in pretty good shape. You still got 4 minutes for it to do it. So that 270 did hold up, so it screwed up that kind of upside down U shape. Yeah, here you go. Now you're looking good. There you go. Right through 3. Nice job, One Life. Nice job. I think you'll get your 330 pretty easily now. Maybe more. I mean, this candle still does have 2.5 minutes to close. But if it closes like it is right now, which it is still pushing up, yeah, I think you're in a pretty good spot. Very nice. That 326, there's a little resistance at 320 there. So it's kind of getting caught up at the bottom of this red candle at the moment at 317. Whoops. FAMI looking at. So look at it. So same thing. FMI hitting that same resistance area and coming back down. Big sell. Well, not really a big sell off, but a decent sell off out of that halt. But look for 133 to hold up as support. If that holds up as support, you can get that move. See it try to come back around, but you gotta wait for 133 to hold up. Yeah, if it can break that 150, I'd say. Yeah, if it breaks 150, it'll probably run up to at least, I'd say 175. Maybe 180, but to do that, it's really going to need to hold up this 133, 134 support area, which is still trying. And this candle's fixing to close, so you don't see it close above at 133. It's a 5-minute candle. Let's see here. And you want this candle to stay above it as well. See buyers trying to come in at 135 to try to hold it up. AMD, look. Oh, there you go. So there you go. They got up to 330. Let's see where to get. It got exactly to 329. But it still looks like it can push. It's still a little sketchy on FAMI. It's starting to test that support again, and actually it's starting to crack now, so the next support has got to hold up is 127. So maybe take a little time for it to break out. See if AMD breaks any higher. Building up slowly on the 1 minute, but a little bit of selling pressure trying to keep this down. I'm assuming though you locked in profit already, or locked in some profit since you hit 329. I know you're smart enough. Check, check. Always check, check. Check getting a little pop up here. 12 to 14.40. Let's see, what was it? 12.80, 12.78. It's almost a $2 move on check. Still in a downtrend. That's where it's getting held up at, is that downtrend. So, I mean, it got a little bounce at market open, but so it breaks over that downtrend. That's probably as high as it's going to go. Another little pullback on AEMD. This got to hold two. It's got to hold 290, 293. It could drop down to 271 again though. Looks like that looks like might be what's happening. I was trying to hold up right at that 290 area, but BOXL all the way up to $1.15. $1.25 is going to be extremely strong resistance. Yeah, the 125 area on this is going to be extremely strong resistance. FAMI, ooh, selling off, so this is probably done. Shorters probably have a hold of that now. As long as you get as long as this doesn't crack below 271. EMD is fine, but that 271 area. I mean, on the one, I mean, it's still on an uptrend. Somewhat, it's kind of moving like that, getting these little kind of reverse U-shaped movements. It's nice and fluent. So if it keeps doing that and has another fluent movement up, BOXL trying to break through 115 here, or it did try. As much as it's struggling 115, I don't see it getting through 125. There's a lot of resistance in that 125 area. TNXP sold off. Oxy. And you got no news, so you do have a gap to fill. You're over that gap now. Let's see. But 20 is going to be a little resistance. 24. I actually like the build up on this on the daily. If you look at the daily, you got a nice triangle pattern. Let's see, it popped up out of it. This could move. I mean, it's already made a pretty good move from, let's see, 1865 up to 1974. So it's already made a dollar move. It is on a bit of a downtrend. It would have to break above this downtrend right here. It's 1983 area. And it could. From a swing perspective, though, back here would have been a great entry at 15. This would have been a nice swing trade. That triangle pattern on the daily. Okay, yeah, until it breaks over that, it's gonna have some issues. Ooh, let's see what AEMD. That's still holding up 271. I thought it cracked for a minute, but it's still holding up. It's testing. It's testing support there. BOXL coming back down from that 115. AESE, the one I took a small loss on, is coming back up now. Bounced off 260. Should have waited for that 5-minute candle to close. That's why. Okay. See why I lost on this now. All petroleum went up today. I want to read some of these PR or some of this PR for the market before the stream ends here in a little bit. AESE is getting held up at that support, that resistance that was there. AMD holding up. I'm not seeing any huge rips. Everything's moving slowly today. It's probably because a lot of the uncertainty in the markets. SPY's coming up, but we're just not having any explosive moves. AEMD actually cracking pretty hard here. Test, getting down to testing that 250 support. FAMI still way down there. BOXL is looking like it might try to break 115 here soon if it could keep holding up the 108 area. But it's kind of barcodey. What's the volume like? It's weird. This looks like on the 1 minute chart. This is very barcodey, and it's got some volume. See, it hasn't had much volume though here lately. AESE coming down. ALPN still trying to hold up $10. Let's see, where'd Carve go? What's Carve doing? Carve not doing much. ISEE. Just kind of going straight up. Let's see if BOXL is going to break 115 here with its algorithm it's got going on. And it looks like it's going to. Yeah, there it goes. Starting to break 115. Like I said, 125 is going to be pretty tough. Some buyers starting to come in above 115. It's really weird. This is definitely an algorithm trading because it perfectly stopped right there at 115, came down, came up, perfectly stopped there again, and then the third touch, it just like broke right through it, no problems, just perfect. It's just barcodey and wonky, but there is buying volume in it besides whatever this algorithm's doing. I just don't think this is going to get over 125. I could be wrong. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Daniel. I'm talking about Box Hill. But to me, it's just this resistance right through here looks pretty tough. Right across this 125 area. It's gotten held up. I lost it. Where'd it go? Right there. Now, if it breaks that 125 area, I think it could really get moving. You got it right through there. 125 to 133, just a lot of resistance. Let me see, BOXL coming back down again. Couldn't even hold 115 as support, as much problems as it had breaking over it. 110 cracking. 107 cracks and this is done. A little profit taken though. Anybody who got in at $1 break for this little 20-cent run up though, you'd probably lock in profit there. I could see that happening, especially with that 125 above. EMD coming down some still. Still trying to hold 250. AESE is selling off. What's Rexon's press release? Merger with Occupier. Does not have any volume? No, it doesn't have any volume. Let's see, BOXL got bought back up. Got bought back up perfectly at that 107 area. To perfectly match the bottom of these two candle wicks here, and then the perfect match of the bottom of these two bodies of these candles. I swear this has got to be an algorithm that's pushing this. Because human beings are not that perfect. That is like so perfect. For those bodies to both close there, and then both of these wicks to close there, and then this wick to close there. Like, that's so perfect. You can draw your support line right there, like so perfect right across. It's just crazy. Maybe it's conspiracy. Conspiracy. It's the aliens. The aliens are using their technology to trade stocks now. That let me get a drink of water, and this is funny. Because of the influx of all the Robinhood traders, the aliens have decided to get in on the fun. So they've hacked into Thinkorswim and are now trading their computer algorithms on BOXL. Apparently they like Boxlight. That's what it is. It's the aliens. Ooh, AMD cracked, or AEMD cracked at 250, coming down at 228 area. Could bounce off there. AESE could not hold up either. BOXL, the mothership, is controlling. FAMI. Trying to find some support right across here. 109, 110 area. LPTX. Why is LPTX a must buy? Can you elaborate on why this is a must buy? I don't like the phrasing. No, this is not. This is. No. They have a 45 million of common stock and pre-funded warrants. And where's that price at? That's why it dropped down too. Do you have a nice uptrend on the daily? Why does this not let me draw on here? Got the wrong tool. That's why, because I'm stupid. There we go. Come on. Why is it not letting me draw? Let me draw my charts. There we go. Yeah, it's got a ways to come down on this trend line. This could come down like the 160. If it's dropped down to 160, then I could see maybe you're talking about a must buy. But also look at this barcode right here. Look at this nasty, ugly barcode. Look at that. Yeah, for that to be a must buy, you're gonna have to explain that one, because I don't see any reason why at all anybody should buy this. Like, I don't even see a reason for anybody to short this. Like, this shouldn't even be touched by humans. Let the aliens trade this. I told you, I knew it. I knew it. Them aliens on BOXL. I knew it. Yeah, but there's a million small stocks. That's not a good enough reason to buy a stock. BOXL is a small stock. And if you would have bought it just now, you'd have just took a 20-cent loss because of the aliens. So you gotta have better reasons than that. Saying to buy the stock is a must buy because it's a small stock. I don't see. I mean, there's nothing about that stock that makes me want to buy it. It has PR, but it's not really good PR. It's a common stock offered at $2 a share. It's not. Yeah, I don't know. There's no reason why I want to buy this. It's related to medicine too. Okay, there's still that you gotta. Are you? Let me ask you a question. Are you? How long have you been trading for? Two days. Okay. Okay. That would make sense. So, the first sign without me knowing anything about this stock that I don't want to trade this stock is this. That right there is a no-no. There is never any reason to buy a stock if the chart looks like this. Never any reason. This is straight algorithm trading. That's why it looks perfect like this. You know, you have perfect bottoms, perfect tops. Kind of just bouncing back up and forth. This is a perfect algorithm. So it's also probably lack of volume too. Usually the algorithm shows if there's a real big lack of volume. So it's going to be very hard to even get in and out of this because of this barcode. And that's why most traders are telling you, see that? Yeah. Don't say that. Don't say that, Daniel B. Don't tell them that. But like without looking at anything, as soon as I see this, no, no, no. Big red cross out sign. This is not something you want to trade. This is not something that you want to invest in. Alright. That's bad. Okay. The next thing is I look over here at the PR. What PR do we have today? This one right here. Leap Therapeutics shares dropped 20% after public offering. 90% of the time, stocks come out with public offerings, drop down lower because it's just garbage companies trying to shift some money out of people. You know, it's called raising money, but all these stocks are penny stocks, so they're trash companies for the most part. So them raising money for their future of the company is 90% chance a load of BS. So that's a big no-no. We don't want common offerings on any stocks that we're trying to trade. Those are big no-nos. Barcodes are big no-nos. So just off of those two things alone, I wouldn't touch this stock with anybody's money. I wouldn't take my enemy's money and put in this stock. I would at least try to get my enemy a 2% gain, not a 20% loss, or maybe even more. The other thing that you look at, like I said, it's on the, you draw a trend line. Okay, here's the trend line. It still has room to drop all the way down to 160. So if you're buying here, you're buying in the middle. The stock could drop down to 160, and then if the trend line breaks, it could drop down even lower. So that's not even a good entry for this. So that's three reasons not to buy the stock. But, you know, and saying it's related to medicine, there's a million stocks related to medicine. AEMD just got FDA approval for their supplement for COVID-19 patients. Guess what? AEMD's on a downtrend. Just because it has something to do with medicine, they got FDA approval, which is very good press release, and it's still on a downtrend. So like if you're a new trader, you do not like these are clear signs to stay away from a stock if you're a new trader. Like you want to make your trading as easy as possible, and to do that, you want to completely ignore any stocks that have barcodes, any stocks with common offerings. Just don't even trade them because they're going to be too risky. The odds of them going up are going to be astronomically low, and this is a game of probability. Yeah, and if you hope you definitely don't know what to do. Here's the thing though. We cannot, as traders, as retail traders, we cannot know which way a stock is going to actually go. We can have a good edge or a good system that can be consistent, but at any time your system, whatever your system is, you know, just for example, say you're looking for, like this on FAM, you're looking for this downtrend trend reversal. This system might work 70% of the time, so you can't know for a fact that this is going to work every single time. This might, like I said, this might work 70% of the time. This time it would have worked. You bought over the break of the trend, it goes up to 150, you sell, you made about a 30-cent profit. Not too bad. But it could have just as easily turned around. So, you never know what a stock's going to do. There's no knowing, and there's also no hoping. You can't be hoping. The stock market's not going to magically hear you say, "Oh, I hope this goes up." That's not the case. You just have to have your plan, your strategy, your edge, and you have to stick to it. And not worry about, are you right or wrong on every trade. You just need to be right 70% of the time on 20 to 25 of the trades. If 20 to 25 trades, you're 70% right, and you execute that at a 70% rate, you will be profitable. PLM, if it has any of the other things, barcode right there. No, you don't want to trade this. Look how barcodey this is. This is ugly. Look at that. Perfect tops, perfect bottoms. And it's just ugly all the way down barcode. There's no reason to trade this. It has no PR, no press release, so no reason to trade it. It's actually cracking this support here, so the next support it has is even down lower. But why would you trade this? Nobody's trading this. There's barely any volume on it. Yeah, but you don't. Yeah, but stocks. the idea of buy low, sell high only works if when you buy low, people are willing to buy higher than you. People move stocks. I mean, there's algorithms like this, but the algorithm's not going to do anything that you can predict or anything you want it to. But say, for instance, you buy this at 45 cents right now. If nobody is willing to buy this higher than 45 cents, it's not going to go up. It's supply and demand. So just because it's low doesn't mean that it's going to go up. You have to realize that other people have to want to buy this. Nobody's going to want to buy this. If they see this barcode here and there's no PR and there's barely any volume and the stock's been going down, why would anybody want to pay 50 cents for this stock? They're not even wanting to pay 45 for it right now. They're having issues at 45 cents paying for it. They're like, people are like, oh, I don't know. It's even cracked this uptrend. You had an uptrend going on until it cracked that, and now it's below that. But if nobody is willing to pay more for this stock than 45 cents, then it's not going to go up. Just because it's low just because you buy it low doesn't mean it's going to go high. There has to be a reason. There has to be a want for people to want to buy that stock higher than what you bought in at. You can't just buy a stock because it's low. Like dead cat bounces, they can work if it's not a terrible press release, but you still have to have tons of volume. Yeah, the penny stock, buying it because it's a penny stock is definitely not a good idea. That's never a good reason to buy a stock. Good reasons to buy stocks are good PR, volume, and those two, you want these together. You want volume. Like, no matter what you're trading, you have to have volume. If there's no volume, the stock's not going to move. Volume is people buying and selling it. So if nobody's buying and selling the stock, it's not going to go anywhere. Even with the algorithm pushing it, it's not going to be pushing it that hard. So you got to have volume. If it doesn't have volume, no reason to buy it. You want good PR or a good catalyst. You want a reason for that volume to be there. If there's no reason for the volume to be there, if there's no reason for people to want to buy and sell the stock, but yet there's people buying and selling the stock, then you either don't know the reason or it's a pump and dump. So you don't want that. You want PR with good volume, and you want it to be moving most of the time in an upward direction. It's okay, one line. Like BOXL is still moving in the upward direction. BOXL also has PR. BOXL also has volume. So, it did come down here, but it is still in this upward direction. And buying it back here when it broke over $1, when it broke over this support and resistance, that would have been the entry from $1 up to $1.20. That would have been the move. And the only reason you want to buy a stock that's pointing down is if, like on FAMI, for example, FAMI was in this downtrend, and then the stock broke out of the downtrend. It had a trend reversal. So you're pointing down, and then right here, buyers took back over, and it started going up. So you got to move there. That's a good spot to buy. But FAMI has a big order. They have good PR. It's got 66 million in volume so far, actually almost 67, and you had a trend reversal. So you got to have, those are good reasons to buy stocks. Just because it's a penny stock does not make it a good reason. Just because it's in pharmaceutical or healthcare does not make it a good reason. Just because the stock is low does not make it a good reason. There has to be people. People move stocks. If there's not a reason for people to buy and sell a stock, then the stock will do nothing. So thoughts on GNUS? My thoughts on GNUS are still the same. It's a brand of a cartoon, and you look at all the different cartoons that's came and gone, like there's just no reason for me, and that's why I never even trade. Like there's plenty of opportunities to day trade GNUS, but from a long-term investment, I just don't see it. And right now, there's absolutely no reason to trade it. It's been selling off this whole entire time. But if you bought into this thinking this was going to be huge and this was going to go to the moon because they got a cartoon and they got Arnold Schwarzenegger to voice it, think from when you was a kid. How many cartoons are still around besides the normals like Looney Tunes and some of those? Most of those cartoons are gone. Pokemon was huge in the 90s, or was it 90s or early 2000s? Whenever Pokemon was huge, I don't know. But anyway, it was huge, and it's still got a following and stuff, but it's nowhere near as big as it was. I doubt that Pokemon is making as much money as they were at the beginning of the hype. And then you look at other cartoons like Digimon or whatever that was, that lasted for all of like a year. So I just don't see any reason why you would even want to even think about the stock. And right now, there's not even a day trade in it. I mean, possibly if you're looking maybe for it to bounce off of this one little top of this candle, but I doubt it. Cream cake. If you're whether you use limit or market order, that's up to you. There's not a right or wrong answer on whether you should use a limit or market order. It's more up to preference. Me personally, I like market orders because I think I was saying this yesterday, but I'll say it again. Market orders guarantee the fill. They guarantee that the order will be made. So if you market order into something, you will get into that stock. But it does not guarantee the price. So if you market in at 150, you could get filled at $1.60, even $1.80 if the stock is moving very fast. So you have to be careful with market orders because you will be put in the stock, but it won't be at the price that you want it to be most of the time. Limit order is the opposite. The price is guaranteed. If you put a limit order in at $1.50, then if you do get filled, you will get filled at $1.50. But it does not guarantee that your order will be filled. So it's a preference thing. There's not a right or wrong answer whether you should market or limit order. It's just a preference thing. Do you want to guarantee that you're in the stock every time? Or do you want to guarantee that you're getting the perfect entry that you want every time? That's the question you have to ask yourself. And that goes along with your strategy. If you're dip buying, you probably want to do limit orders. If you're buying momentum, you probably want to market. So market stock. Yeah, I'm not sure what market stock means. I don't know. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Is the market stock the normal stock? How do you know if you got filled? I don't know what platform you're using, but on Thinkorswim, like if you buy in, you can change all this if you want to, but it'll tell you that your order got filled right here on your buttons box. But right here it'll say bid. This is BS and buy, and so it's bid size by how many shares or whatever, and then it'll also tell you your average price right here. That's one way to get filled. Tell them what? It's probably not One Life. It's probably not fake. It's probably real. But you'll know, like, if you've got your platform set up, then you should have a something like this, whether it's Thinkorswim or not, that tells you that your order got filled. That be, come on now. I don't think Cream Cake is being a troll. I don't think. I don't know, maybe. I don't know. I don't know who's trolling. If you guys are trolling me, hey, good job. You got me. But if you're not trolling me, I hope this information helps you. Either way, whatever, it doesn't matter. Yeah, if you're using TD, if are you using you're using TD Ameritrade, so you should be on the same platform. So you should have this right here that tells you, what your order size is. Ross Cameron is trolling me. I wish Ross Cameron would come troll me. I'd have a long talk with him about charging people $2,000 for garbage courses. Punch the monitor. What would I punch? I'm not punching my monitor. What do you mean? What does Robinhood use? Robinhood uses the souls of pretty much the souls of the lost is what Robinhood uses. The tears of new traders. That's what Robinhood uses. Ross Cameron wants to buy my course. I don't have a course. I had a joke for that too, but I'm gonna say that on the live stream. But it would have been good. But yeah, Robinhood. That's why I don't like Robinhood. So I didn't think Cream Cake was trolling. Elise, whatever that other person's name was, they could have been trolling because I believe they've been one of the ones who's asked me every day the past 3 weeks about check. Yeah, but yeah. every broker has market and limit orders. There's not a broker that's not going to have the choice between market or limit orders. You have that choice no matter what platform you're using. If there's a platform that doesn't have a choice between market and limit order, then nobody should be using that platform anyway. So I'm not aware of any that do that, but if there is one, then it should not be in business because that would be nonsense. Cause to go order. But in any case, you don't want to use Robinhood anyway. I'm telling you, do not use Robinhood for day trading. Do not do it. If you want to use a phone app for long-term investing, use Webull, not Robinhood. I have links somewhere on my YouTube channel. If you want free stocks, you can sign up for Webull. You can use it, but do not use Robinhood. Like, Robinhood is garbage. And Webull actually has a desktop platform like Thinkorswim. It's nowhere near as good as Thinkorswim yet. I have been seeing they've been doing quite a bit to Webull's desktop platform, but it's not as good as Thinkorswim is yet. Thinkorswim does have a lot of issues. Well, I'm not going to say it. Thinkorswim has had some issues recently, but so far the last couple of days it's actually been working pretty good. So the beginning of the week Thinkorswim was a little nutty. But guys, I'll take a couple more questions. We'll give the stream about 10 more minutes here, and then I'm probably going to call it a day for now because I'm not liking much else that's going on. AEMD is trying to come back up, but you have to break over that 271 area again and start holding 271 as support before I would even look for anything on it. Yeah, I did, Steven. I did make a trade. I took a small trade on AESE, and I took a little loss. I was looking for it to... It actually did bounce right here, but I got in right at $3 in the middle of this red candle. It came up to $3.20, and then it dropped back down, and I got out for a small loss. And the lesson to learn from this was I should have waited for this 5-minute candle to close to make sure that the stock was going to hold up this support area. If I would have done that, I could have avoided this trade altogether. Very simply. That's as simple as it gets. Just, I did not wait for this candle to close. I mean, I was up, about 15 cents, but that's, what I was looking for on this, that was not the goal. The goal was looking for at least up to, 340, but yeah, you gotta wait for these confirmations of support and stuff. And that was one where I just should have waited. If I'd have waited like 2 more minutes, I could have seen, okay, this support's not holding up. Get away from this. So that's what you gotta do. You gotta make sure you get those confirmations. But that's the only trade I've took so far today. Nothing. It's not a great day. The market's kind of going sideways. SPY is coming up, but it's not very hot. FAM did get a pop up, but nope, I have never done options, and options are not my thing, and I will never do options because I looked into options because so many people have been coming into the live streams asking about options and recommend I try options out. And I looked into it, and options, in my opinion, are riskier than anything. Because options, if the price of the contract or the price of the stock does not meet your strike price, in fact, if the price of the stock does not even move from where you bought the contract at, then you lose a lot of money. There's no there's not really, a good way for risk management in options. So you could buy options, but you don't want to. Stick with stocks. Options are going to be they're a little trickier, and they are more risky, in my opinion, than anything else. Like I wouldn't want to trade options. You have to be pretty accurate, and if it doesn't work out, then you can get destroyed pretty quick. It is very risky, Stephen. I've always seen a little bit of information here and there about options. I've never really had an interest, but from everybody who's been coming in the stream say check out options, I checked it out and I didn't like what I saw. Your friends make $7K a day in options. That's good for them. I hope they keep doing it. And I hope they don't end up like the kid who just killed himself because he went $735,000 in debt from trading options. So that's, one example there of if you don't know what you're doing, don't even go near options. Everybody see that? Everybody see that news article? The kid was trading options. He went almost $1 million in debt. Yes, that actually happened. That happens all the time. If you go look up Atar on YouTube and look at his videos making fun of all the stock Twitch traders who were trading options. Bunch of young kids who didn't know what they were doing, who thought they knew what they were doing, and they went crazy with strike prices on calls. So they were like 1 in a million chances, and they got lucky and they hit pretty big, and then they thought they knew what they were doing and ended up losing hundreds of thousands of dollars that they did not have. So options are very dangerous, and it's more the margin aspect. You have to have a margin account to trade options. And with a margin account, you're using your broker's money. You're not using all your money. So if you lose your broker's money, their pockets are pretty deep. So they'll let you lose as much money as you want. So then they can just own you. Yeah, AMD is okay. The only problem is it really needs to get back over this probably 311 area before I would think about it. I mean, you could try to get in here, but it's building lower lows. Like, here's this low. Well, yeah, I mean, there's the bottom of this candle's here, and then this one's right here. So you're kind of building lower lows, and you're building lower highs. Until you get a new high above these highs, then it's going to be real sketchy. Because this could just keep coming down. I don't know. Why do you think you should buy oil? If you don't know if you should buy oil or not, then don't buy it. Like, I'm not a commodities trader. I don't pay attention to oil and all that. I only pay attention when things happen like it did, a month ago or whenever it was, when there was the big oil thing and a bunch of oil stocks was running. That's the only reason I pay attention to it. No, I feel like you're trolling me. Yeah, due diligence is absolutely a must. If you don't know the answer to your question whether you should buy something or not, then you probably shouldn't buy it. FAMI, it's on a downtrend. So it is still in this bottom support zone. It's trying to hold up. If it can't hold up $1, then it's going to crack and sell off. I mean, you could possibly look for a bounce off a dollar. It might bounce, but it's probably not going to bounce. It, like, you might could get it here like $1.05 or something, and maybe it bounces up to 125, 130, maybe. But I don't know. Like I said, it's in this downtrend, so it could just sell off as well. Like right now, there's not really a way to tell. But that would, like, if it was me, that's probably what I'd look for, is maybe a quick bounce up to 120 or whatever. And to me, that's not even worth trading it, really. Like, until it gets over this downtrend, it's gonna be sketchy. And then even after it does get over the downtrend, it struggled with this 150 area straight across here multiple times. So really, I would probably want to see it break over the downtrend, break over 150, and then hold 150 for a little bit, and then maybe look for it to try to move up to 188. Could happen, but okay. So it depends on what your favorite company is. If you like the PS4 or PS5, if you like that company, you think they're going to keep out putting out good systems, gaming systems, and you know all that. I'm not opposed, especially if you're in that world of gaming. I'm not opposed to buying stocks of companies that you use their products. Because if you're using their products and you know a bunch of other people who are using their products, then it's probably not the worst investment. I mean, you really want to do due diligence and go look into the company and look at, you know, their earnings reports and all that. But after you do your research and everything, if it is, you know, a pretty good company like that, then yeah, I would say buy a company that you like that. Like I don't see an issue with that as long as you do your due diligence. Because I like to buy companies that I like. Like that's one reason I don't touch oil stocks, is because I could care less about oil. But certain stocks in the tech sector, I like techs, and I like tech and gadgets, and you know the advancement of technology. So I like to buy tech stocks. It's just me. But if you like Xbox, look into Microsoft. Do your due diligence, and if you like Microsoft, hey, that's your prerogative to invest in it. But alright guys, I'm going to call it a day. Appreciate everybody joining me. You guys have a great rest of your day. We'll be back here tomorrow for some Friday trading. Dom. Nice one, Dom. Nice one. Alright guys, have a good one. Until next time.